today about the probably best budget cinema camera there is currently on the market. Hello and welcome everyone. This is my first YouTube video. This might be a little bit awkward from my side, but I will do my best. In this video I actually want to address a problem that I have ran into myself quite a lot. I want to talk today about the probably best budget cinema camera there is currently on the market for the amount of money that you're going to spend, which is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera, original from 2013, I think it is. So I think the biggest question with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera is that many people have. We're in 2021 now, and well, first of all, is it still worth it? My easy answer is yes, of course it is still worth it, especially considering the price. Yes, you might want to get a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K or 6K or I don't know what, but they're all a little pricier, and especially once you rig them out, you end up spending a fair amount of money, even though a lot of YouTubers out there call them budget cinema cameras because they are only $1,000 or $1,200 or whatever. It's still a lot of money, and after you've rigged them all out, they're like $2,500 to $3,000 euros. I'm from Europe, so I have euros. Which is still a lot of money, right? And you might not want to spend that amount of money if you're a first-time filmmaker. And I think the majority of people who watch these videos or want to do this are just beginners. They want to make a short film, or I don't know what, want to go out and shoot a nice video in nature, and certainly don't want to spend $3,000 on their first camera. And just because people call them budget cinema cameras, yes, they are budget with respect to $100,000 Arri Alexa or something. So I don't want to make a huge video listing the specs and all kinds of things, the positive sides and the negative sides of this camera. There are plenty of videos out there on YouTube who address exactly that issue with the camera. I can tell you it is a great cinema camera, and it will still be worth buying probably in 2049. You know, you can literally start watching these videos. Is it still worth it since 2015? Is it still worth it in 2016? Is it worth it in 2020? Yes. In 21 it's still worth buying, and yes, in 2049 it's still worth buying. It's a great cinema camera to start with. It has, just to say a few things, it records in RAW. There's literally no camera out there for that amount, for that price, that can record cinema DNG lossless files. It's an amazing picture that you get out of there, which is gradable. DaVinci Resolve is a free software. You can do really spectacular color grading things with that camera. Yes, the sound is shit, the battery is shit. There's a lot of things that are shit with the camera, but there's also a lot of stuff that you can do about it for really not a lot of money, and today I want to give you a few things that have really helped me out doing that. So let's get started. First of all, I have the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera right here. I'm going to show you all these items in a close-up, by the way, as well. So we have the camera. I have a rail system, which I'm going to talk about. It comes with a top handle. I have a battery solution for all you that are wondering, and I have a nice looking battery solution, not one with that like enormous battery on top of the camera. No one really wants that, I think. I have a lens. I'm going to tell you which lens it is. The battery and some tools, and I would like to add some things to my rig later. I'm going to talk about that as well. And the famous media solution, which is also a great question for this camera. What SD card can I actually record on? So this is it. This is the complete build. It's the Tilta Es-t13 rig or cage, I mean, and rails. I will put a link in the description. I have the original pocket obviously in its cage. It has the Metabone speed booster 0.58, which is the original one that comes for this camera. I have bought a battery plate, which is an NPF battery plate. It's not the small rig one that many videos out there have, which is a really awkward way of putting the battery onto the camera. You see builds where they have like the battery here somewhere. So it comes with a cable which runs right into the camera, powers the camera, and also charges the batteries that are already in there. It has a top handle. It's great. It's a nice build, really sturdy with wooden bits. My lens of choice for this camera actually is a Canon 24-105 f4L series lens. It's a really sharp lens. It has great focal range, and the f4 gets reduced to f2.3 because of the Metabone speed booster. Obviously it's not the widest lens. It therefore has everything else that you could wish for. It goes from kind of wide enough to really telephoto. It costs between 450 and 500 euros, dollars, depending on where you get it. It's great. It's a really nice lens for the value. I know everyone is talking about the Sigma 18-35, yes, 1.8, amazing. With a speed booster, it's probably 1.1, 1.2. I really don't know when you would want a 1.1 depth of field. It's way too shallow for filmmaking. Yes, maybe for slow-mo coffee videos it's better, but this is an amazing film lens. f2.3 is great. It has also an image stabilizer, which you might want for this camera. I have this NPF 970 battery in there. It powers the camera for, I don't know, 3-4 hours, and I have 2 of them. It came in a set, so this thing powers the camera for the whole day. I never need to change these awful batteries in there. By the way, it might be worth noting that this rig is a filmmaking rig. Yeah, I use this for filmmaking. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten the monitor yet, but I'm definitely going to add a monitor up here. I also, on a side note, I don't have a follow focus on here at the moment. That is because the follow focus that I had, which was from Amazon, actually started leaking. Its fluid mechanism fluid stuff came out of it, and everything kind of, yeah, just yuck. So I threw that one away. That's why there's no follow focus on here. Otherwise, I would definitely advise a follow focus on this rig. Because it's a filmmaking rig. I'm not building this for run and gunning. I'm not building this for walking through the city or anything. I mean, you can do it, yes, take the top handle off, take this battery off, but then you've got to find a solution for that. But this is a tripod rig. I might put this on a heavy duty steady cam even, and yeah, other than that, it's a great kit. I also added a I'm not sure if you can see it, a lens support under this lens because, well, they're not exactly expensive, and I like to just take the weight of the mounts, especially. So yeah, that's the build at the moment, and it works really nice. It's especially the cage. I really like to have this normal cage and this normal battery plate. Maybe also worth noting, which I'm going to show you right now, is how I've actually managed to add this battery plate. So here you can see it's the rig build with the rails, and what I've bought is just a rod clamp that has threads on top. This one is from Camvade. The lens support is also from Camvade, so you can buy these separately on Amazon. I will link links in the description. And then what I got is this battery plate here, which I'm also going to link. It's an NPF plate. It has a screw in the middle, and it comes with the right cable that goes right in here to the camera. So what I just do is I put this on here with my trustworthy spoon, which is the best friend of a filmmaker. So when that's on there, I just take my battery, and my choice obviously was a bigger battery, and that goes right in there, and you just connect the cable here to the camera. What I also got is a Tilta cable clamp that comes with the cage, and a micro HDMI to normal HDMI cable, which can go in here, which goes into the side of the camera, and you can use it for the monitor because you really don't want to destroy your micro or mini HDMI port of the camera. So, and that already leads me to the last bit that I want to discuss. It's everyone asks about the question, like, what's the right media, what's the SD card that I need or can use, and which one works and which one doesn't. I know some are expensive, some are cheaper, but the only advice that I can really give, because I've been using it, I found it works on every setting in RAW 30 frames per second and on all ProRes flavors, is this one right here. This is the 64 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme Pro with 95 megabytes per second. This card works in all flavors. I do not know about the 128 gigs, I do not know about 32, 256, whatever it is out there. These work, and they give about 17 to 18 minutes of raw recording into these cards. So again, it has a battery solution, it has a top handle, it has a cage, it has a really versatile lens that is applicable everywhere with a f2.3, because kind of everyone uses a speed booster anyway. Outside you will probably need an ND filter even to put on that, so don't be put off by the f4 label. It's an amazing lens for the price. And yeah, I'll add a follow focus obviously in here, and I also want an external monitor. To talk about pricing real quick, it's maybe worth saying that I spent just 450 euros on the camera, including the speed booster. Lens costs around 450. Lens support and this mounting rod adapter for the battery plate costs maybe $30–40. The cage is unfortunately the most expensive cage for the pocket camera, and I found mine on eBay for 150 euros, which is roughly $150 if you wish. So it costs 300 new, so I would definitely not advise to get that one new. It's really not needed. But to have a cage is amazing, gives the whole package a little bit of beef, and you can rig it out. You can put the battery plate on there, and I mean that's what a cinema rig is really for. For those of you who would now want to comment with, oh, now it's not pocket anymore. It's not supposed to be a pocket. If you have a cinema rig, you want to work with it as a cinema rig. You want to make movies, you want to produce stuff with it. If you want to have a run and gun setup, obviously this is the wrong rig for you. Then you're gonna grab the camera, put a, I don't know, 20mm f1.7 lens on there, maybe something with stabilization, and you just go out. Sure, but then you, in my opinion, you also cannot complain about battery solutions, because then that's what your setup is. If you're looking for a film rig, then this is a rig that I can strongly advise. Build it out, get whatever cage or top handle you would like. This is my choice. It's a beautiful rig. It is functional. I can take even the camera off of this. I'm going to show you real quick. So you have this locking mechanism in here, which allows you to actually take the camera off. I can't do that now because I have the lens support on there, but you can take the camera right off, and you only have the top handle with a lens, and then you can do whatever you want to do. But I mostly have it like this on tripod. or you can go handheld, because you can still use this as a handheld. Just attach some front handles to it, which I have from another shoulder rig, which you can get super cheap on Amazon as well. Put a shoulder pad against it, and you just use it as a shoulder pad, because this is not really heavy. It's heavy, yes, but it's still small compared to any other cinema rig that I see out there. So to finish off this video, I would like to first thank all of you for watching, if you made it until this far. I really wanted to get a video out there into the world that compactifies all this information about the pocket camera with the battery solution that I've shown you, the lens recommendation, which is, in my opinion, way more versatile than a Sigma 18-35 or getting multiple prime lenses that might end up being really expensive. I have talked about the cage. It's an amazing piece of gear to have it a little bit more weight on a beef that you can attach stuff to it. And yeah, I've shown you some test footage, and I think that just solves the question: is this thing still worth it in 2021 or not? I'm 100% sure it still is. Thanks for watching. Check out my short films that I've made recently. I released The Toothless, which is a short horror film about something like the Tooth Fairy. Leave a like, subscribe, and maybe I'll make more of these videos if there's more question for rigging out this camera. Thanks.